I am Jadon Se, Golden Dragon of the Third Arc of Consciousness, and this is a message from the Dragon. Today's message, Upheaval. Dear ones, the world is coming out of a dark period, and as we emerge into this new golden age that is dawned, we are in what we would call a clean-up mode. There are many messes left behind, from the corruption, from the abuses, from the political infighting, the divisions that have occurred. Dear ones, the forces that have been holding sway over humanity have been corrupt. They have been, you might say, embedded in your societal structures, to the point where you might not have even noticed the darkness there in every corner of each office, of this your government, of many institutions, your scientific academies. So many of the societal institutions you have relied on have been so corrupt that they have been expert liars for quite some time. And most light workers, you yourselves mostly included here, have seen through these deceptions. You have lived through so many dark times that you know the difference. You are expert system busters, and it is because of you that things are changing. However, dear ones, as these structures crumble and the corruption is exposed, there will be many who will cling to their ideas of the past. Many who took things at face value during these times. Many who believe that, in fact, some of the most corrupt were their heroes, were doing right by everyone, because they were deceived, dear ones. And those who were deceived the most will be, shall we say, beyond frustrated when they see what they thought were their heroes falling, when they see the institutions that they thought were functioning on their behalf torn apart and rebuilt. Many will resist this change this time. And, dear ones, because this is all happening on so many different levels, we are coming to a point where there will be inevitable upheaval. Yes, dear ones, the old forces of division are not completely gone, and they have some parting blows to leave us with. They will start stirring up racial divisions, social class divisions, political divisions. Yes, dear ones, these will all become very shrill. As the corrupt ones are taken away on all sides and in all parties and in all institutions, many will resist this and think this is just an attempt by yet more corrupt forces to take over. So, dear ones, there will be upheaval. And this period of upheaval, from my standpoint as a golden cosmic dragon, will last for at least the better part of a year. Yes, dear ones, my existence is non-linear, and I see energies coalescing. They coalesce into probable timelines. And these timelines, even those, are not linear completely. There are swirls and eddies. So I cannot provide you with firm predictions. However, let me just say that the energies are so pronounced, they're swirling and collating into a pattern that is very familiar. It is a pattern of social unrest. Yes, dear ones, social unrest that will likely last for months, if not an entire year. This is not to instill fear, but rather this is a rallying cry for the light workers to be the adults in the room, so to speak. Many will need to hear a balanced perspective on what is occurring. And as you know, and most light workers know, what is occurring is old festering wounds are being cleaned out so that they can heal. Yes, dear ones, when a wound is dirty, perhaps has grit and gravel in it, it must be cleaned out. And this is painful. It is feeling like negativity or violence for a time. But what is happening, dear ones, is we are removing the last of the infections. We are removing the last of the pathogens, those that are destroying the organism, those that are preventing healing or slowing it down, are being removed. It will not be an easy process, dear ones. It will be painful to many to watch their heroes fall. These were not truly heroes, dear ones, but they put up a good front, let's say. They were deceptive enough to wear the masks of heroes, to the point where many believed that they were indeed their saviors and heroes. As these so-called heroes fall, many will fight this. Many will resist. There will be, shall we say, rioting and looting. This again is not to instill fear. This is to prepare you to rise up, to make sense for people out of the new world that is emerging, to keep people's eyes on the golden era that is coming. It is here indeed. It is beginning now. However, we are cleaning up messes left from this dark era that is behind us now. And this cleanup process is not easy. It is messy. So, this message is a call for all light workers to bring truth into reality, to bring positivity, to bring context, to bring hopefulness, to bring an understanding of the new golden age that is beginning, to bring compassion for those who are watching their old so-called heroes fall, to hold hands with those who are in need, to treat and heal those who need treating and healing. Light workers, this will be a time where your work is needed. Mostly it will be to be grounding, to be that presence that is calm, that is collected, that understands that this is all for the best in the long run. Be that one in the room that steadies the entire room by not acting in panic, by not falling into fear, by not looking for means for survival, but rather by keeping everyone's eyes that we are no longer in a period of survival mentality. We are thriving. We are beginning to thrive. Many of us are already thriving, and soon most of us will thrive. Only the ones, dear ones, who are self-centered, service to self, mistaken, feeling separated from spirit, and angry or in fear, only those will be the friction that slows down this beginning golden age. And we will just need extra compassion, extra light, extra caring, extra counseling, extra wisdom for those who are in fear and pain. Dear ones, this will be an intense period for many, but for those of you and those of us who are grounded in spirituality, have a channel to the divine, so to speak, have a heart that is always open and not shutting, and are willing to see the divine light shining in everyone's eyes, even those who have fallen into fear. For those of us who can do this, we will not see the extent of the upheaval that those who fall into fear will. Yes, dear ones, in some places where fear prevails, it might even look like a zombie apocalypse from your Hollywood movies. In most places where communities stay and remain intact, where social discourse is polite and friendly, and the neighborly attitude prevails over political divisions, in those areas there will not be much upheaval, dear ones. So the goal here is for this period of, shall we say, re-equalizing of energies. Be the grounding force. Be the calm, beautiful presence. Be the compassionate eyes, the smile of hope. Be the one who can see that this is just the beginning of a golden age and the final cleanup of what we have left behind. Dear ones, rest well, hydrate well, set aside what you must to be prepared for whatever situation is in your neighborhood. Or you may wish to relocate for a time to a quieter environment. Or you may roll up your sleeves and wade right into the looting and the rioting and be the voice of calm or the example of peace. Whatever it is you are called to do, gather up your energies. Brace yourselves, dear ones. It's going to get bumpy. However, those of us who remain in love, remain peaceful, remain unified and in unity with the divine, will have help. There will be support. Support from, yes, this cosmic dragon. Support from angels. Support from our star families, the benevolent beings that seeded humanity here on this your earth. Yes, dear ones, we are not alone. There is support. And those of us who are ready to help guide humanity into the golden age will be celebrated. Buckle up. It is time for the golden age to truly begin. I am Jadon Se, in love with your courage, in love with your determination for peace, for love, for truth to prevail.